Well, greetings one and all. This time I'm going to bring you up to speed on some of the events happening specifically in India, mainly at Adyar. But a lot of good things have been going on and just want you to get a chance to take a look at some of that. Also just want to give you a little glimpse into some of the normal routine that goes on in life at Adyar. Quite honestly, a lot of what is required off campus on my part is ceremonial. A lot of different inaugurations, book signings, people that you have to interact with, all of them doing good things, and show you some of those sorts of things that have had a chance to be involved in during the course of the last couple of months. Also, I had a chance for the very first time for me to go to the Himalayan Center. The Indian section has a beautiful place at one of the hill stations in India, right at the foothills of the Himalaya mountains. So far up north, Bombivali was there for an unusual sort of meeting. It was the first meeting called for strategic planning and goal setting within the Indian section under the leadership of General Secretary of the Indian section, Pradeep Gohil, a very dynamic man. Was there for that. 16 federations exist in the Indian section, the largest section in the world, and all 16 came together in order to set goals for their coming year's activities. So it was a fascinating process, and it was one that started off with people first exploring what this process involved and then really becoming fully invested in it. So I really do look for very good things to come out of the Indian section moving forward. But it'll be something we will be able to keep a look at and actually track over time. So also had a chance to go to a couple of other things, a federation in Mumbai, actually the Bombay Federation, which was held in Dombivali, which is sort of a part of Metro Mumbai or Bombay. So it was a wonderful event. And then also in Karnataka, went to Bangalore for their federation and for the inauguration of the 100th year and a brand new building for the Malleshwaram Lodge. So that you'll also be seeing. And then also want you to get a glimpse at some of the extensive renovation work that we're doing on the campus there at Adyar. A lot of different things going at any given time, but just want you to take a quick look at some of those, 3 of them, and particularly one of the things that's getting ready to complete right now. Blavatsky bungalow has been in process for a year, and it is glorious. At this point, it was a beautiful building when it came to the TS back in the early 1900s. It had had its time of decline. It has a rich history in terms of the people who have been there. And now it has been fully restored, and it is a glorious building that we're going to get back, and it's going to be in full use. So just a few things. Take a look. Hope you enjoy. But just to keep you in touch with some of the things that are happening with your fellow members here around the world in the Theosophical Society. This time, specifically in India. Although the Theosophical Society may be just a small spot on a very big globe, because it is held in such high esteem in India, very often I find myself involved in various sorts of ceremonial affairs, everything from weddings, in this case the wedding of a member who has been very, very helpful for the Theosophical Society there in Adyar. Then also attended a book release. This gentleman, Mr. Sri Ram, spent 20 years in writing a commentary on the work and the life of Sri Ramana Maharshi. It was a very important event attended by the head of the ashram and many, many others. Annie Besant's birthday is always a very special time for us. We had 2 big events that day. One, our own, at which we invited the Women's India Association. The president, Padma Venkaratman, also was there, along with members of her group. We also had placed a plaque which they had donated acknowledging the 100th anniversary of the founding of their organization. founded by Annie Besant, among others. Young Men's Indian Association, also founded by Annie Besant, with chief guest the Governor of Tamil Nadu and myself. It was a wonderful event, there to celebrate the unveiling of a statue and the acknowledgement of schools that they're starting. Had a good opportunity to spend some time with the governor. He had been our guest at our last international convention. He's a person who has a very high regard for the Theosophical Society and for its work. We finished the evening having a good time with some of the young kids, karate group, who had come to the event. At Adyar, we had the inauguration of a wonderful photo exhibition by Dr. Chandrasekhar. He had done one on the flora and fauna of Adyar specifically. This one is on temples around India. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. We also had a couple of pujas, which are ceremonies of blessing for the Saraswati Puja, which occurs once a year, always at the library. She rules over education and books. And then we had the Treasury office, which had just moved. We also had a number of wonderful events related to kids, a very special choir in conjunction with the Leap Chorus, which was at our international convention 2 years back. They came. It's a foundation sponsored by the internationally renowned symphonic conductor, Zubin Mehta, and his family. The group had flown down from Bombay, Mumbai. They were performing that evening. While they were with us, they shared some song. All in all, it was a glorious event at which numerous children's choirs were featured. We also had, coming to Adyar, a group of very innovative teachers who are developing a new approach to textbooks, where it can be enriched in a web-based manner. They came to get more information about the banyan tree, which would be included in the book, and to have a chance to talk with the kids and the teachers. Anup Jaiswal, who is the head of our Theosophy Science group there at Adyar, also had an invitational group that came, 150 students and teachers, to view different ideas about teaching and learning physics. He's pioneering some things in that area. I also had a chance to see some of the good work that Professor Shinde, our librarian, and Dr. Narayan Kuti are doing at the library, with, particularly with digitizing and organizing the data at the library. At one point it was time to start traveling, and so I went on to Dombivali for their Bombay Federation, which Dombivali is just a little ways outside of Bombay, but they had a wonderful group that had gathered. First time they had ever hosted such an event as this, and they did a great job. So that was something that was quite a highlight for them and for me as well. Over the next weekend, it was time to go up to Bombay for the strategic planning and goal-setting meeting. It's a wonderful thing that they have done there. They had the center, and they have completely redone it. They've built new buildings. They added a vegetarian restaurant, which allows for permanent sort of occupation of the place. It was something where the members from around India, all 16 federations, were in attendance. The meeting took place in the Radha Bernier Hall, which is a building that they had constructed along with the other construction that was done. Bombay is what's known as a hill station. It's high up, about 6,000 feet high at the foothills of the Himalayan mountains. We had meals together in the center there. It was also the only time since I have been coming to India that I have had to wear a coat on any occasion. I was very happy I brought it with me. Pradeep Gohil chaired the meetings and directed the goal planning efforts, which were really quite remarkable. Some of these groups have extended themselves in ways that we're really going to see very good things come out of it. The next weekend it was on to Bangalore by train, about a 5-6 hour train ride for the Karnataka Federation and the inauguration of the Malleshwaram Lodge, its 100th anniversary and a brand new building. We started off at the City Lodge, which is in the heart of Bangalore. It's been there for more than 100 years, and it's quite a development that they have done. The strength of this Karnataka group has been that they have consistently done translations into the Kannada language of theosophical literature, probably the largest body of translated literature within the theosophical world. The centenary event and the inauguration was held at the new lodge building, beautiful building, almost fully constructed now. We couldn't hold the actual federation there only because there was still more construction to be done. So the federation meeting was held at another venue. As is typical with these events in Karnataka, it was quite well attended and quite a group of focused members. My translator is always excellent. Back on the home front, the renovation work continues on the guest house, which is where Rukmini Arundale, Rukmini Devi, John Coates, and others have stayed. It's in need of substantial work, and that has begun. Our Leadbeater Chambers kitchen is being remodeled as well. Roof work and then also work for the stonework inside of the building. A lot of work that is needed to be done, and we're finally getting around to it. Our Blavatsky bungalow is really the jewel in the crown right now. It is an exceedingly historic building. Beautiful from the beginning, has declined over the years, but it's the history of the place that is remarkable. None less than Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate poet from India, has stayed there on numerous occasions. Mahatma Gandhi was there, as shown in this picture. Many, many people have been there, and it was time for it to come back to its previous glory. So in recent days, the crew that has been there has been working day and night to try and get this place ready according to the schedule that we have set for it. It has been quite a group of tradesmen who have been involved in this process. A lot of the carpenters have come from Kerala, which is where they are quite well known for their woodwork. The person who laid the floor in the main hall that group came in from Mumbai in order to do the flooring, and it was remarkable to watch. The flooring pieces, the marble, and then the Kataka stone are of different thicknesses. He laid it like a smooth piece of glass. The roofing was redone in the traditional Madras style. And lighting. We have selected lighting for the interior and for the exterior. That lighting has now been installed. For the exterior, we tried a couple of experimental things. You'll get a chance to see the outcome, those of you who come to our convention. We had the puja for the opening and had an opportunity to discuss with Nilesh Thakur, who is the head of the construction project, some of the remaining details, particularly related to the front steps. And then it was time for it to be open. This revitalized Blavatsky bungalow is a wonderful accomplishment that we can all be proud of. It's been the work of many, many people to make it happen. It's a wonderful reminder of our past glory, of our present, and of our potential to breathe life into the future.